Hello everybody, welcome back. In today's video, we are celebrating the 5th anniversary of my channel actually. 5 years ago today, as of recording, May 8th, I uploaded my first video onto my channel. I'll post a date somewhere. That video is now taken down because it's super cringe, I show my face and stuff. But yeah, May 8th, the 5th anniversary of my channel. So we are doing a pretty special review. We're reviewing 5 new 2026 20th anniversary Pixar cars. These were all released by Mattel in the year 2026, of course, for the 20th anniversary. I did get a little bit too excited and opened a few of these soon, but of course we still have those 3 McQueens back there to open. We are reviewing 5 2026 new releases for the 5th anniversary of my channel, of course. That is why we are reviewing 5 of these guys. I just want to give a shout out to everybody that's been there for me throughout the runtime of the channel. It's been really fun to do this, and I hope I can go for a lot more years. But yeah, of course, we will get started, and we can start with the out-of-box cards. Now, these actually came in a 2-pack. I'll put an image somewhere on the screen. I found this at Target. It is the 20th anniversary Todd Marcus and Claude Scruggs Race Damage 2-pack. We finally got these guys after, I'm pretty sure, almost 10 years of being canceled in 2009 or 2010. Of course, you can see they do have different expressions, and they are all damaged. I'm surprised Mattel finally released these, especially with doing 3 race damage cars in 1 year, especially for new 2026 releases. But of course, they do have the customized expressions, so they can go on the roof of each other. I'm pretty sure this is how it is in the movie, but I could be wrong, so I will also do it this way in case I am wrong. But yeah, you can see the red on Claude because of Todd, and the yellow on Todd because of Claude. It's kind of always been funny to me how they're not. Jeez, I'm stuttering. How their names rhyme, like Todd, Claude. But yeah, nice and damaged. I'm surprised Mattel actually released these guys. Fairly movie accurate, of course. I'm pretty sure in the scene it was Claude on top of Todd. You can see it like that. And then later in the movie, of course, it is like this. And in the shot, you can see Todd's front fender is raised a little bit. So props on Mattel for actually raising his fender a little bit. Yeah, really nice car. These did come in a 2-pack. Of course, nice expressions. Really nice race damaging. Of course, they do have sunken in wheels. These are adult collector pieces. Mattel is labeling these, at least, and McQueen has. So these aren't the best at rolling. Of course, these are meant for display. They do still kind of roll, but hey, I'm fine with it after nearly 10 years of being canceled. Of course, we finally have them. Now, I will save somewhat the best for last. In my opinion, these two are the best. I will probably save RS Team for the last and do this guy after. But now we can see Dynaco Fabulous Lightning McQueen. Now, this was the original version of Fabulous Lightning McQueen, originally meant to be released in 2017, but of course it was changed in favor of the Fabulous McQueen we know and love today. Now you can see, of course, the new for 2026 logo. You can see all of the other cars, 3 cars for 2026. The Miss Carver, Cruising Mirrors, Richie Guns It, Speedy Comet, Barry to Pedal, and Hot Rod Smokey. Of course, Dynaco Fabulous Lightning McQueen. Crazy to finally have this guy. I'm surprised they even finally released him. Really nice artwork right here. Of course, you can see it's basically just the regular Fabulous McQueen artwork, kind of tweaked to have those Dynaco logos, of course, 51, all of that stuff. Really nice expression, in my opinion. You can see they did get all of those nice little details. Can crack this guy open. I'm definitely saving this box. I'm proud of Mattel for finally releasing some of these. But of course, wow. Fabulous Dynaco Lightning McQueen in all of his glory. I do like the expression. I'm pretty sure, I might be wrong. I'm pretty sure in the deleted scene he does do an expression similar to this. So that's pretty cool. Mattel kind of acknowledged that and did that. Jeez, my voice cracked. Of course, you can see Fabulous Lightning McQueen, 51, Lightning McQueen, twin H horsepower, and 4 Doc Hudson on the back. He does have the red wheels, just like in the artwork. And yeah, all out, pretty nice release for this year. Detailed base too. Wow, I did not expect them to do this. Of course, this guy does roll. He is just a part of the regular diecast line. These two are marketed as adult collectors. Everything else is a part of the regular 2026 diecast line. But yeah, wow. A little inconsistency. They did not paint the bars right here, but I mean, if you really wanted to, you can customize it and do that for yourself. But yeah, really nice release, really nice expression. Glad we finally have this guy after all these years. In my opinion, an even crazier release. We have Race Damage Lightning McQueen after 9 years of waiting. We finally have this. Of course, you can see that new. It's basically just an altered version of the Rusty's McQueen artwork. I do not have a Rusty's McQueen laying around somewhere, but of course you can see he does have a different expression. You can see all that scraping and scratches on the side and his broken spoiler. Of course, his eyes are a little bit different. I'm pretty sure. Correct me if I'm wrong. New for 2026 logo. Coincidentally, this box is quite beat up. It's funny how the damaged McQueen comes in a damaged box. But yeah, new for 2026. Of course, you can see Dennis Carver's Cruising Mirrors, Reggie Guns It, Speedy Comet, Buried Pedal, and Hot Rod Smokey. Of course, these are all made in China. And wow, dude, really nice expression. Of course, you can see all of that race damage, the popped tire on the back, the broken spoiler. It is kind of inaccurate because in the movie it does kind of cut halfway and bend back. Of course, this one it is just missing a chunk on the side. What can you do about it? Let's crack this guy open. And wow, that is awesome to finally have this guy in my hands. 9 years of waiting. We finally have a Race Damage Lightning McQueen. So you can see this guy is very beat up. All of that accurate race damaging. The blown out tire. That is a really nice detail. I'm glad they included that. Of course, this is the side you can see in the movie where he flips over and you can see, of course, that side is all scraped up and he is missing his tire on the back. That is just an amazing. That'd be like a perfect photo, especially on like this side. I'm glad they did actually keep his eyes open to give it a little more character and not just completely close them. That would have been a cool option too, to kind of have it more movie accurate, because of course in the scene he probably would be knocked out and not awake, but it is really nice to see McQueen still has some life in him. Jeez, you can see even they have added race damage and the car itself is kind of matte. You can see it doesn't really have a shine, especially on that hood right there. Yeah, that it feels really nice, but it's not glossy at all. The mouth is a little bit glossy, but pretty much all of it feels matte. But yeah, you can see that really nice race damage, even besides like the scraping, of course, because you can see that silver paint. You can see the average wear and tear that would be on McQueen after a race. You can see a lot of damage back here. Of course, the missing chunk on the spoiler, and just some kind of regular race damage. Of course, paired with the silver scraped metal. This is the side that really got beat up, especially in the movie. But of course, Mattel added that nice detail of adding some regular race damage, and of course the crash damage. But yeah, of course, in the scene, he kind of spins out like this, hits the wall, flips over. Of course, that's where you get this really nice shot of him kind of flying in the air, and you can see a lot of the details. Then he kind of tumbles around, scrapes on his side, and ends up looking like this. But yeah, glad they finally released this guy after all these years. It is an amazing release. I'm pretty sure this one is a Target exclusive, so make sure to go check your Targets, guys. But yeah, amazing release. I'm very surprised they had the friggin' like courage to do 3 damage releases in 1 year. And lastly, arguably the best one, Radiator Springs Team Lightning McQueen. Now, of course, you can see for some reason they did just show the regular Cars 2 artwork and the racing wheels, but it's fine. They did do a new artwork. You can see the lightning bolt, the radiator. I think it just says Radiator Springs on the back there. Yeah, and then all of the Radiator Springs kind of contingency sponsors. And of course, new for 2026. All of these are new for 2026. We can get this guy open. And wow, that's crazy. This guy is going to be amazing for filming like videos and probably episodes of my upcoming show. Kind of just a little sneak peek. But yeah, that's crazy that Mattel finally released this guy. Of course, it is from China. But you can see those really nice Radiator Springs contingency sponsors. Of course, the Lightning McQueen signature and the Hudson Hornet logo back there. the Radiator Springs logo, and those lightning bolts. This is actually a crazy, amazing release. I'm so glad they finally got this guy out in a non-metallic version, because note, this guy was released, and I'm pretty sure 2015 as a Target exclusive, but he was only metallic. They never released a regular non-metallic version. I had a friend pitch to me a theory that because in the original draft of Cars 3, he was supposed to appear in this livery, so they're probably saving the diecast for Cars 3. That Cars 3 plot ended up getting scrapped, and they probably canceled the diecast. That's just a theory my friend gave me, but it's probably true. But yeah, lightning bolts, of course, the radius wings contingencies, all that nice detail on the back with the 95 on the headlight, Hudson Hornet logo, and the signature. The Radiator Springs logo. And yeah, of course, not all of these have a detailed base. I'm pretty sure it is just Claude and McQueen, or Dinoco McQueen. But yeah, these are all 5 new for 2026 cars. I'm pretty sure all of these can be picked up in the new for 2026 Case Z, of course. I'm pretty sure I am the first to get my hands on these. But these are amazing releases. Thank you so much, Mattel, for finally providing us with these. I feel like this is a pretty fitting review for my 5th anniversary of my channel. Of course, all amazing releases made by Mattel. But yeah, that's about it for the review part. Now, probably already knew, these are all customs. None of, like I've been hyping them up in the video, none of these are real. None of them are real releases. These are all customs made by me and a few friends. These are all custom made boxes. Of course, you can kind of see where the custom decal went onto this box. This was a regular Rusty's Lightning McQueen box. This was also a regular Rusty's Lightning McQueen box. And this was a regular Lightning McQueen with racing wheels box. And these are all customs. If you followed my Instagram for a little while, I actually made these 2 last year and redid them this year. But yeah, these are older customs I made. All of these have been made in 2026. I actually finished this one. All 3 of these I finished up last night as of recording. This was made by a good friend of mine, Mini Racer Studios 09. I'll put his channel somewhere, and I'll put his Instagram. He made this for me. I made the decals, and of course, he provided me with the diecast itself. Amazing work by him. I'm glad we could collab and get this diecast out after probably like 10 years. But of course, let me know on my Instagram if you like the decals. I can probably provide them for you. Just a little note, we did use water slide paper, but that's just a little note. This guy, of course, I made the decals probably in January and was finally able to print them out pretty recently. This is a remake of an old custom I made. But yeah, I think it turned out pretty good, in my opinion. You guys can let me know in the comments. I know there are a few errors, like the teeth not being painted the best and some lighter blue showing. The windows aren't the best either, and these are a little bit small, but hey, I think it turned out pretty okay. Of course, we already kind of glossed over Claude, but this is a diecast custom I made last year. Finally finished like the eyes and stuff this year, or actually earlier this night as of recording. Todd, once again, started it this year. Finally finished it off last night. This night as of recording, printed out some eyes, and did some final touches with the race damage. And this race damage McQueen, I actually started this morning as of recording, and was able to finish it this night. My camera has not been in focus this whole time. I sincerely apologize about that. But yeah, this is a custom made by me. I made this all today, or Friday as of recording this. What I did was I kind of just sanded all of it down to get that gloss off. Gave it a good coat of like weathering, like just black paint. I really went ham on this side, kind of scraping it up using sandpaper and painting it over a lot. The wheel, I accidentally cut the whole thing off, so I just ripped it off, got a new plastic wheel, cut off the tire, and glued it back on there. And I did accidentally cut off a chunk of the spoiler instead of cutting it halfway. I forgot who exactly made the eyes for Todd, Claude, and McQueen. If you know who you are, if you're watching this, huge shout out to you. I don't exactly remember who made these, but if you know who you are, thank you. Shout out to you. You did an amazing job at making these. But yeah, that's about it for the video, guys. Of course, I want to state again, in case you weren't listening or you're still kind of confused, these are all customs. None of these can be picked up in stores. Of course, you can contact me for the decals of RST McQueen, but none of these are official Mattel products. These are all made by me and a few friends as kind of a collab project, especially for this RST McQueen. Of course, I did do a short review on him on my channel. I'll probably put it in the description or somewhere. Make sure to check out the short review of this guy. Of course, huge shout out to everybody who's been along with the way, or let me rephrase that. Been along the journey for all 5 years of my channel. Thank you guys so much for watching all of my content, putting up with my annoyingness and stuff. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed these customs. Let me know if you want more custom videos like this. I plan to do a lot more customs. I think this batch turned out pretty good. Let me know if you want more. Feel free to comment which one's your favorite, which ones you think I should do. Let me get a little sneak peek for maybe part 2, because I do have some more customs that I recently finished. Let me grab a few that are kind of sticking out on my shelf. But here we go. We have Headsetless Ray Reverham and Stanley Day's Lightning McQueen. I don't want to showcase these too much in case I do a review on them. But maybe I can do a review on them in the future. Let me know in the comments if you would like a part 2 of this kind of style, reviewing some cars and kind of acting like they were made officially by Mattel. Once again, guys, thank you for watching. Of course, this is in celebration of my 5th channel anniversary. I plan to maybe do a couple more videos on my 5th anniversary, but of course, this is doubling as a 20th anniversary for Cars video and a 5th anniversary of my channel video. Hope you guys enjoyed. This is Radio Sing with you signing off, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.